It's Jeremy's fault, though. It's all Jeremy's fault. God damn it, Jeremy. Yeah. It's all Jeremy's fault. Facebook, yeah. You can't play this shit on me. I have to. It's not like we don't still have time to do them, man. You know? It's not a big deal. Alright, this time... Donkey! With the exclamation marks. First 5 minutes. Yeah, it wasn't long. It wasn't long. You're right. That is a terrifying looking donkey if I've ever seen one. Wow. Wow. That is hideous. This is the worst donkey I've ever seen, dude. This is a pretty bad donkey, dude. Wow. This is ugly. That's pretty fucking ugly. Looks like some kind of demented clown, dude. He doesn't even look like a donkey. He looks like something worse. Looks like Art the Clown's rejected brother, Steve the Clown or something. Steve the Clown. Donkey! Jeremy. That's fucked up. Okay. Revenge. We're just gonna go straight for Bunga, right? That's what we decided. We'll Unga later. We're just gonna get Bunga now. Sup, Enrique? Welcome. Really? You turd? Kept going backwards. Why? It's weird. Is it still 28 strike? Does anybody know? In this game? I don't remember. Okay. Yeah, for Grit Club. Happy New Year, Steven. Welcome. Alright, we got the bunga. We're ready to unga. The sad, pathetic donkey clown. This thing is terrifying to behold, dude. It's ugly. Happy New Year, Chris. Welcome to the stream, dude. Just playing video games, mostly working, Steven. I've been working UPS all season and then finally got a break. So I've been sick this whole entire holiday season. For the last 2 months I've been pretty sick. Nothing crazy, man, nothing out of the ordinary, just running my runs and doing some extreme shit, the usual thing, man, that I usually do. You know what I mean? The use, you know? Nothing too crazy. Laying off fast food. Yeah, fast food will kill you, man. You know? For sure. I mean, supposedly the regulations are going to ramp up this year. Who knows if that's actually the case, but supposedly. Fast food regulations are going to go up. Supposedly. You know what I think's killing everybody? The lack of self-control somewhat, too, though. Not just the fact that fast food's readily available. People need to start learning some self-control, man, you know? Some self-discipline or something. I love this weapon. Look at this. It's so stupid. Such a stupid weapon. Six whoppers in one sitting, that's for damn sure, yep. Plus the portion sizes now too, man. They have those like value burgers or whatever, and they're like the size of a goddamn like slider. People buy like 5 of them and sit there and eat all 5 of them. It's like, what the fuck are you doing, man? Really? Three junior bacon cheeseburgers from Wendy's in my I mean, that's what I said, because like they used to give you an adequate burger at one point. Either they give you too much or they give you too little. You notice that? Like if you order something from like Carl's Jr., man, some of them burgers are way too big. If you order something from Wendy's, some of that shit's way too small. So like evaluating exactly how much you should eat, it's not easy to do anymore either. Or how much you should order. That's the thing about it too. One of my best friends had weight loss surgery. And she still doesn't know how much food to make. So she ends up making way too much food that no one's going to eat. Almost New Year. Happy New Year. After surgery, yeah. This is the only Dark Souls game you've ever beat? So I'm Jane, welcome back. How you doing, lady? Bonkosaurus. Good bonking, baby. Yeah, you still lost after seeing me beat it so many times. Game's long too, man. It's a lot to remember. All these games are like that, though. Constantly looking stuff up in the wiki. Like, what was the last thing you looked up? I always do that too, constantly. Literally, like, every fucking other day. Stuff I didn't even know about. Stuff I didn't even think about till way later after the fact, too. It's weird, right? There are questions you thought you would have had years ago, but you don't figure that shit out till way later sometimes. All the insolent spirits in the undead crypt, yeah. Sounds like you're having a rough time with them, though. Is that true? Next on the list. Oh, okay. Are they despawnable or no? We can try them. If they aren't despawnable, I have to kill them just 12 times, basically. Whatever is not despawnable, I have to kill at least 12 times, basically. That's how it works. Yeah, I wasn't streaming back when I had my first run in this game. First game you ever streamed, Dark Souls 1. But I had already been playing Dark Souls for years before I started streaming, dude. That was before I even started streaming, basically. The thing is it started with just videos. That's how I started doing this. Because I had a group of friends that were playing through Remastered the first time. And I, like, kicked the ever-living shit out of the game. And I'm not trying to be mean or anything, but I basically carried them through the game a bunch of times. And I started making videos, and they're like, hey, you should stream this shit. And I was like, okay, sure. So I started streaming it. And I was on Twitch for like a year. Kind of just fucking around. But I had been challenge running games since I was a child. So yeah, because I first started challenge running when I was like 6, 5, something like that. Because the first games I ever played that I really got into were Ninja Gaiden 1989, Ninja Gaiden 2, Dark Sword of Chaos, Ninja Gaiden 3, Castlevania. I started running No Death in Ninja Gaiden 2 when I was like 5 or 6 years old. And then the era of Resident Evil came around, and I started speedrunning Resident Evil games for a while. And we used to do like Resident Evil tourneys, me and my bestie at the time. Also my pseudo, boyfriend in secret at the time, but that's a whole other story. We used to stay up all night screwing around and playing Resident Evil and Metal Gear Solid to try to see who would get the fastest time. Because we ended up we would stay up till like 4 or 5 in the morning, dude, and we would just run Resident Evil 2 and try to get sub 2 hour runs every single time. And try to get better time every single time. And it got to the point where we were running like 130s and shit, and I was like 12 years old or something like that. That was before streaming was even a thing, though. It's a long time ago. We kind of always did that, though. Like, that's kind of the thing about it is, like, when I was younger, it was kind of just a thing to do with your friends. Like, you would just speedrun video games as fast as possible. GTA Vice City, GTA San Andreas, shit like that. Resident Evil 1, 2, and 3, Silent Hill. You know what I mean? Yeah, Resident Evil 4, I played the shit out of it, but I never really speedran it. I don't know why I never speedran it, but I just loved playing it. I played the shit out of it, though. I must have played it for like a couple 1,000 hours or something like that. Some crazy amount. Myself, baby. Kissing myself at midnight. Happy New Year. I got 1 more hour left, guys, before New Year hits for me. But Happy New Year to everybody that's going through it right now. How many hours at the San Andreas? I have no idea, man. Once we got it locked in, we would stay in the room until it was beaten. Like me and my sister and me and my bestie, that's what we used to do. We would lock in. 2024 still. We would lock in and we'd go on a bender, man, and we would just stay all weekend. I would beat the game. My sister would beat the game, then my friend would beat the game, and we wouldn't leave until we all beat the game once at least. And we would literally just sit there, dude, watching the other person play, eating pizza, doing whatever, dude. It was fucking cool. It was one of the coolest memories I have, actually. So me and my bestie at the time, like, we used to play Metal Gear Solid, and when we'd stay on a Saturday, we would literally play Metal Gear Solid from the beginning of the day to the next day up. So we would beat Metal Gear Solid, like, consecutively, like, one after the other, after the other, after the other. And we would do it in tiers too, because it would be like my turn, his turn, my turn, over and over again. We wouldn't stop. We just kept going the whole fucking time. Like, so my cousin, like one New Year's Eve, he tripped out because we were playing Prince of Persia: The Sands of Time, and we played Sands of Time before up until before midnight. We finished it. My cousin got there like, I don't know, 7 p.m. and we beat that. The goal was to beat it before New Year's Eve, and we did. Before New Year's, excuse me. And that's just kind of something we've always done that. I don't know what it is. I don't know why. Just most of the people I've been around, that's how it's always been when I was younger. With video games specifically. I should have upgraded this. I knew I was going to miss that roll, too. Well, you also got to think that was the era before the internet, so we didn't have like Call of Duty or any of that. We didn't sit around and play like Call of Duty Black Ops together, you know, using a headset and shit. We physically had to go to our friend's house to play like couch co-op shit. So like he had GoldenEye. We used to run GoldenEye a lot actually. GoldenEye, Crazy Taxi, Simpsons Hit and Run. You know, Mega Man, Castlevania, Symphony of the Night. Because I was a big ass Castlevania fan, you have to understand, dude. And I'm talking from Nintendo on down. Even fucking Simon's Quest. You know what I mean? The only thing I never really got a chance to play was a lot of the Metroid games. I heard they're really good, but I've never really had a lot of experience with Metroid. But I did play the shit out of some Mega Man, for sure. But usually the harder the game, the more I played it. Is usually how it went back in the day. Till I learned some restraint, kind of. The cool thing too is he was a rich kid, so he got all the cool shit. Like he had what's it called? Fuck. What's the name of it? It's a shooting game. You know the one that's like time something where you hit a button and you go and you hide under like a cover and then you reload your gun. You know what I'm talking about? It was a timed shooting game. We used to play it all the time. But he had like it wasn't the cabinet, but it extended to his system, and basically it was a pedal, and every time you hit the pedal, like you took your foot off the pedal, the guy would reload his gun, and it was pretty badass, dude. Then of course they had like the what was it? Gran Turismo special edition with the wheel and the whole fucking nine, bro, and like cool shit. Like it doesn't look like it's been it's metal, I think. The other one, of course, was SOCOM Navy SEALs. I don't know if you guys ever played SOCOM Navy SEALs, but that game is fun as shit. Played a bunch of platformers as a kid and grew up Sonic, Crash Bandicoot, my other played Tomb Raider because he was older. Yeah, so those are all really good games. The platformer games are really good. The only thing is, like, they kind of went out of their way to make sure they didn't make games like Castlevania, Ghosts and Goblins. I don't know. At some era, it was all about the Sonic era, which was all Crash Bandicoot, Spyro the Dragon type stuff. There's nothing wrong with any of that, and I love that stuff too, but just not as much as I loved like Gaiden or Ghosts and Goblins or Castlevania or something like that. Because it wasn't really themed for kids. You know what I mean? Like, I played the shit out of Sonic 1 and 2 and 3. I played the shit out of Mario Brothers 3. You know what I mean? But, like, just didn't find them as fascinating as, like, Castlevania. You know, finding Dracula's dead body parts all over the town and shit. And you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. It's just the story part of it. I thought they were neat. I just didn't think they were as cool for whatever reason. I mean, that's kind of why I played Dark Souls now. You think about it. I'm not playing like Fortnite or, you know what I mean? Because I still have that taste for gothic dark fantasy, dude. Like, you know what I mean? Before I got into a lot of modern gothic dark fantasy, though, I was really into horror games. So I played, like, you know, like I was talking about Silent Hill 2. I most have the most time possible in Silent Hill 2. I have more time in Silent Hill 2 than I have in Dark Souls games. And I'm not joking. I probably do. Because I played Silent Hill 2 so many fucking times, bro. Like, you have no idea. I would wake up in the morning on a weekend, fucking Silent Hill 2, all day long. And I'd beat the game like 5 or 6 or even sometimes like 10 times in one day. Just back and forth getting these other endings, doing this extra shit on hard mode and blah, blah, blah. And it's just like, you know what I mean? It's also because I guess growing up I really didn't have much of an outlet when it came, aside from being outside and playing. Because I did all that stuff like you're supposed to, because when I was a kid there were no tablets. The internet was barely even heard of, bro. Like, you know, so we did a lot of like playing football in the street and shit like that, but when it was too hot or too cold or some shit, sometimes you just want to stay home, you know? You know, you don't want to be out there all day sometimes. So we would just play. We would just play video games all day long, man. And that's like one of my best memories of a kid, being a kid, is going to Blockbuster, you know, renting a video game for the weekend, buying pizza, watching a VHS with the family, you know, watching whatever is out, you know, the new fucking Home Alone or Harry and the Hendersons or some shit, you know what I mean? Yeah, no, I was the same way, man. I think that the game really kind of affected me, though, man. You know, like I don't know what it is, dude. Like I was terrified of it for the longest time. My sister used to love sit there, and, you know, watch video games, watch me play video games all day. Like she loved it. She'd just sit there and just watch me or whatever. But when it came to Silent Hill, man, because it's so psychologically disturbing, the sounds, the soundtrack, the feel, the monsters, the just everything about Silent Hill, you know what I mean, was just like different. It's on a whole other level. So I got obsessed with it. I don't know when that started, but you know, I played like Resident Evil 1, 2, and 3, of course, and I just didn't find them as terrifying as Silent Hill. Played Silent Hill 1 all the way through. When Silent Hill 2 came out, it was next gen, so that was a PlayStation 2 drop. And the graphic improvements, man, compared to the first game, just fucking amazing comparatively, you know? And like, the story, I think, is what started that. And that's why I say, because like, people are like, oh, what's your favorite video game of all time? And I always say the same video game, it's Silent Hill 2. Every time. People are like, well, that's an old game. And, you know, like most people that didn't play it before the remake was even mentioned, for instance, wouldn't understand why I chose Silent Hill 2 as my favorite game. But, like, as a child, I went through a lot of traumatic experiences. Like, pretty terrible shit happened to me as a kid, right? So, there's this whole, like, underlying appreciation for, like, the circumstances with which these people kind of dwell within the game, and you kind of get where they're coming from. You know what I mean? As dark as it is, especially as young as I was playing that shit. Happy New Year, James. Happy New Year. Like, there was inherently a part of myself that felt like it belonged in Silent Hill. Like, I felt comfortable there in that place. Which is fucked up to say, but it's absolutely true. Happy New Year, Keenan. You know what I mean? And then the story, once you finish the main story and you learn of, like, James's reasoning for being stuck where he's at, you start to realize the game is a goddamn masterpiece. It's not just a video game. It's, like, one of the greatest fiction horror stories ever written. What's up, Serenity? I'm sorry, Keenan. I was talking about Silent Hill. That's why. You know what I mean? It's not just a basic horror story. It's one of the greatest horror stories ever written. And it deals with a lot of stuff other video games are afraid to deal with. The idea of loss, guilt, survivor's guilt, trauma, abuse. Like, most video games don't deal with any of that shit. The stuff everybody's afraid to talk about, basically. Really, that hit me? Whatever, dude. Bullshit on that one. It's like he double extended his arm just for that hit. Asshole. I love you too, man. Yeah, I don't know, man. Silent Hill isn't just a game to me. It's basically like a whole bunch. Like, it's just... It's a philosophy, bro. It's an existence of some kind, you know what I mean? That's why it's hard for me to shed, like, the whole notion of what Silent Hill really means to me, because it's more than a game for me. It's an experience. Astrobot, screw you. Just because Astrobot and Silent Hill didn't win, I mean, fuck Astrobot, dude. Seriously. Happy New Year, man. I've never even played Astro's Playroom, dude. I have no idea what the hell this shit is. It's funny because they're like, I don't want to give a PlayStation game, you know, a fucking award because of exclusivity. They're gonna give Astrobot an award? Like, are you fucking serious? Ghost of Tsushima should have won a fucking award, bro, not Astrobot. The fuck is this? Someone got waked in the parking lot for that one. You know it, sir. 30 minutes, man. 30 minutes and it's the new year for me. Did you see the first Berserker Kazan is releasing a demo in January? Keenan, you might be interested in that, dude. That looks pretty badass, dude. The runner, yeah, always running around in circles, that guy. No, I haven't, man. Like, I think it went on when I passed out. I heard it's pretty good, though. So did you guys watch the second season of Squid Game or no? Anybody watch the second season of Squid Game? You did? You see the controversy? And I don't usually talk about this shit, but the controversy over the trans character. They started tripping. So I gotta explain this to you, okay? The reason why I gotta explain this to you because you gotta understand my stance on this. It has nothing to do with the show or the politics of it. Okay, if you're for it, cool. If you're against it, cool. Whatever. I don't care. Okay, has nothing to do with me. Okay. The thing that's interesting about this is that there's a trans character in Squid Game now. Okay. Whether you're for or against it, don't care. Okay. Just telling you straight out. The part that's fucked up is that the person playing the trans character is a male actor. Okay. This is the reason why I talk about this. Okay. The reason why there isn't an actual trans person playing a trans character on a Korean television show. This is the main gripe I've seen online. Why isn't an actual trans woman playing a trans woman on TV? This is a Western opinion. The reason why a trans woman isn't playing a trans character on a Korean show is because in Korea, it's still taboo as fuck. Okay? So this actor, this male actor, was brave enough to play a trans character on a show that's geared towards a country that's not open enough to accept trans people, and at the same time getting shit from the Western society, civilization, audience, whatever you want to call it, for not being trans, and getting shit from Korea for playing a trans woman. Do you see how this is fucked up for this actor? It's fucked up. This is what I'm talking about. I'm going to leave it right there for you. Dude was brave enough to play the part that would get him ousted by his own society and gets judged by other societies because he's not too much of that society to be deemed fit enough to play a character of a society that's not allowed within a society. Depressing. It's depressing. It reminds me of like the 1970s and Dog Day Afternoon and shit, and Al Pacino and all this crap. Dude's got some balls for playing a trans character in a country where you're not allowed to be a trans person on film. I'm just gonna put that there. Dude's got some balls, dude. No, he said they interviewed him about it too, because he's been getting basically death threats from both sides and hate mail. And what he said was, it was my choice to be an actor, and the amount of conflict that comes out of this role is what I should expect, is what he said. He wasn't expecting to be famous in the United States, because the Koreans don't give a shit if you're famous in the United States, unless you're a pop icon or some shit like that. That means the guy's dedicated to the craft, bro. I respect that shit. Doesn't matter if he was playing, whoever he's playing is playing like a worse character, but dude's dedicated to the fucking grind, bro. And I respect the shit out of that. 1000%. It also goes to show you how pampered Western society is, dude. You know what I mean? Because it could be a lot worse. And that's not a good motivating factor, I know. It's not very nurturing of me to say, I know. But the truth is, it could be a lot worse. The new remaster is a good place to start. I want them to remake 1, man, but they're probably not going to do it because it wouldn't make sense to. Like, it wouldn't make sense to remake 1 and 3. But if they want money, that's the best way they could possibly do it. But yeah, Dark Souls, Silent Hill 2 is probably your best bet. The remaster is quite good. It has all the right stuff in it. Makes it a pretty decent game. It doesn't override the original experience whatsoever, but it's definitely it's a right of its own. It's pretty good, for sure. Now you won't get bored. You just be like, "What the fuck is happening?" If you understand what's happening, you're not playing a Silent Hill game. That's basically where you're at. Yeah, because the modern version keeps up the heat too. What's up, Sammy? Welcome back. So like, you gotta understand that the atmosphere adds a lot, but it's not a slow game. It's not a slow burn. You know, like Alan Wake isn't bad, but it's slow. Keenan, you know what I'm talking about? Like, it's not a bad game. It's very much like Silent Hill, too, right? But it's too slow in a lot of ways, and it drags ass sometimes. Silent Hill 2 doesn't have that drag ass, if that makes sense. Think about like an unseasoned version of Leon Kennedy in Resident Evil 4 is basically what you're getting in Silent Hill 2. A guy who doesn't know how to fight for shit. A guy who's not masterly trained in martial arts or gunplay. Basically just a random fucking dude fighting monsters and shit. Because I heard that was the other gripe. It should be more action-packed and it should be tighter. And it's like, dude, James doesn't know how to fight for shit. He's just some random dude, man. Like, he doesn't know anything. He's not a STARS member or any of that crap. Hey, Corey, what's up? Happy New Year, dude. Happy New Year to you and yours and your family and everything, man. Thanks for tuning in, buddy. I haven't played one. I played the second game to a certain point, and then I stopped playing it. It wasn't bad, it's just slow. There are parts where it just kind of drags ass, especially during the investigation stuff. It's eerie and it's creepy, it's just, you know, not as fast paced sometimes as I would like it to be. You know what I mean? The story's good though. Imagery's great. The acting's good. You know what I mean? Everything about Alan Wake 2 is really good. It's just slow. But I guess they need it for pacing, kind of, don't they? To build suspense the way they do. I got 8 minutes till the new year, guys. 8 minutes till. I heard it was good. I haven't seen it, James, but I heard it's really good. And then I heard I read this bad review on it. I was like, the take was just weird. Talking about how no one's ever made a real decent vampire movie ever, and that they all suck, and whatever. I was still gonna watch Nosferatu. It looks badass. William Dafoe's great. Ugh. Nosferatu's a ripoff of Dracula. Everybody knows that. Everybody knows that, dude. All surprised, yeah. It's also the disconnect between generations too. You do realize that, right? People from our era that have enjoyed film for a very long time at this point, most of that shit's long forgotten at this point. It's depressing but true. Like, what is a great example of a film that can never be reproduced? Pulp Fiction, right? But if Pulp Fiction was made in this modern era, nobody would understand it at all. No one would get it. And you know that's the truth. But you also see where, like, things came into being, like, what created the whole thing for Pulp Fiction. Why Pulp Fiction exists. Why the dialogue in Pulp Fiction is the way it is. The acting in Pulp Fiction. The stories. We get it. Because we lived in the era where, like, the 70s cinema thing was a thing. And, like, people still kind of watched midnight movies and crime noir genre shit. You know what I mean? It just... It's a disconnect, man. Big time. Three minutes to the new year, baby. No, I don't think it would. It would also be misinterpreted, too. You know that already. It's like with most of the people trying to resell things, they don't understand what made it good in the first place, for whatever reason. You know what I mean? They like forget the whole like reasoning of why it was like lightning in a bottle. And instead of harnessing what made it good and like trying to build on that, they end up just taking all the bad elements out of it, and it ends up becoming like a bad cosplay. You know what I'm saying? It sucks. You clipping your cat's toenails? 1 minute. You like Star Wars? Yeah, exactly. Everybody just loves the fancy robes, the Force. Nobody cares about the story. Happy New Year! Yeah. Happy Screw Year, baby. up. Wookie, don't forget about the Wookiees. Don't forget about the Wookie cookie. I did it all for the Wookie. The Wookie cookie. Ah. What the shit? Well, that was fucking terrible. Was not expecting that bitch to heal him that way, but sure. We'll pretend like that wasn't meant to happen. I like how she's just sitting there for that reason. Heal that, you shit. You want some of the healing too? There you go. Didn't have his priorities straight. Now people are blowing up their bombs and shooting their guns and doing whatever it is they do on New Year's Eve outside. Happy New Year, baby. Bonk, it doesn't eating heals yet. Bonk. Let's bonk it, baby. The fuck are you doing? What is this shit? What is this move? I've never even fucking seen it before, dude. Shooting it down. Wouldn't be the first time. I don't know. What should I go back and play after I finish the Dark Souls 2 run I'm doing? Should I go back and play Rise of the Ronin and try to figure out a no death route in that one? Stellar Blade. There's Liza P. Which one should I go back to? I'm trying to think of where I want to go that's not a Souls game. What's up, Camden? Welcome. What universe do you guys miss? James misses Liza P. Liza P was good. It's a good game. It's been a while. Yeah, it's been a while. Already did No Death at Ghost of Tsushima. I do love that game. That game is really well done. For sure. Animal Crossing? Fuck no. It's too terrifying. No, I want to do that, but the problem is like the crowd, dude. Like, I'd love to do some like San Andreas no death runs and stuff, but the crowd is the problem because the problem is that people won't want to watch a lot of that. What are you fucking doing? Thank you. It would also probably garner in a new crowd though, because the thing is, I've had people in chat tell me that they don't like those games, which is weird to me, but. There's some people in chat that don't like Souls. Those that like Souls but don't like those games for whatever reason. I don't know why, but I wouldn't mind doing them though. I fucking love me some GTA, dude. I'm telling you. Thanks for the GG. Butter, 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 butter. Savage little butter. Salvage my little butter. What are you doing, man? Wasted my time, sir. You Tyrannosaurus Rex. Give me the wrong RNG on purpose just to be an asshole. I hate this guy. Piece of crap, dude. I'm telling you. shit. You have to be a dick, don't you? Tyrannosaurus Rex, I'm telling you. Yeah, there you go, you dumb shit. Victory achieved. Barely. I think I'm just gonna cut it after this, and we'll run Dark Souls 3 another day. I mean, there's no point in staying up later than we should. It's already past midnight. You just continue the run some other time. It's not a big deal. But I should probably plan out like a run like we used to do, where we do like a whole Saturday and a whole Sunday of just no death runs. It's been a minute since we've done that. It's just that one run I'm working on in Dark Souls 2 is pretty long. It's really, really long. You know what I mean? That's like... It's like a 70-hour run in one game. It's a bit much. this turn. Not in the mood for your shit, Forlord. Really? You backstep that? Whatever. Bullshit. Backstep this. You shithead. Okay. TikTok, YouTube, Facebook, everywhere, man. It's funny because the stream's doing pretty good, Arthur. It's kind of weird. Welcome back, by the way. Yeah, Facebook don't like nobody though, so don't feel bad about it, dude, because Facebook sucks. Kick, Twitch, TikTok, YouTube, Facebook. I'm on all those, dude. Alright, last bosso. Yeah, kick notifies too many times. It's weird. Alright. Last boss. Come on, don't be starting your shit, dude. Come here. Of course. He jumped instead of rolling. His little AoE, I fucking hate that. That's like the weirdest attack ever. It doesn't make any sense. Nice. Double hit. Nice. I wonder if the club is slow. It seems kind of slow. Worth it. Suffer through Facebook? Yep. Yeah, Phil's still here, dude. Luckily, curse doesn't count as death. It's just annoying when that happens, though. Really? Oh my fucking god, bro. Stop shooting them fireworks, dude. I know it's the new year. Calm down. Alright, no death run 449 of 1,000. Dark Souls 2 Great Club Run in the bag. We just finished Dark Souls 1 Great Club Run The one we did that before was Dark Souls 3. That was yesterday. We're still running all bosses, all enemies, region locked Dark Souls 2, which I haven't continued because it is long as fuck. So, but I think I'm going to cut it here. We'll run Dark Souls 3 next time I'm on. If not, we'll run some more of the region locked run. So, thank you so much for tuning in. Happy New Year. I'm going to get off. I need to get some rest. I'm still sick. I'll see you guys next time.